Gemini, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Gemini, sun, moon, and rising sign. And remember, guys, this is an energy reading. So even if you're not a Gemini, if it's come to you for a reason. It comes to you at just the right time. There is something in this message that you need to hear right now. And this is where the message begins. And this is your energy, Gemini. Life is speeding up. Good. And you see the two little antlers are twisting and winding, almost like one of those wind-up toys, and pushing it forward. So it's actually comprehension. Things finally kind of making sense and coming together. That is winding you forward. So this is like information, communication, starting to make sense, putting one and one together to build it up to equal two, to understand what the heck's been going on. It's Mercury retrograde right now, which strongly impacts you. And no matter what time you're seeing this, I definitely want you to think back to early August of 2024. Think, what was I doing? What was going on? If you're watching this right when I upload it, think about what's happening now. Sit in the energy. Nothing goes fast during Mercury retrograde, and I would never recommend a sign, Gemini or Virgos for that matter, that's ruled by Mercury, or anybody who has a chart that's ruled by Mercury, because either Gemini, they're Gemini or Virgo rising. Any prominent Mercury placements, I wouldn't push. But what this is, I wouldn't push or expect speed during a Mercury retrograde. But what this is promising is comprehension. And what does come through in a Mercury retrograde, because of the retrospective, because of the slowing down, because of the look at what's breaking. Looking at what's breaking during a Mercury retrograde gives you insights into two things. One, the shit you didn't take care of and thought nobody would see, not just you, but everybody. And two, the stuff that maybe everybody overlooked, right? Or the stuff that nobody knew or understood that was hidden. It comes up and you have to address it. And it really exposes those things that all retrogrades really do, exposes those things that we thought we could get away with. Those things that we thought we could push under the carpet and ignore. Well, suddenly there's comprehension here. And what Mercury retrogrades are really good for, because of that lagging, because of that slowing down, is to really look at things that we haven't looked at hard enough, and to really start to understand what needs to be done. And so this is comprehension, and it's beautiful energy that it's you too. So let's see where this energy leads us. Gemini, remember, as I divide the deck, whatever cards fall out, I'm going to leave them on the table. They're part of the message, and where they fall is part of the message too. If you need a personal reading, I provide those. Please go to my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com, and book and schedule your personal reading with me. I offer different varieties of readings, so you choose the one that works for you. You get your answers within 24 hours. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please remember to subscribe. Just click that red subscribe rectangle and then ring that notification bell, selecting all notifications, so that you will know when I upload your favorite content. But also, if you select all notifications, you'll know when I go live and do free tarot card readings, as I often do here on the channel. If you're looking for regular live chats and interactions with me, I do members only. So you could join the Harmony or the BWOB membership here to this channel. There's small contributions per month that really help the channel out. You have lots of options here, is what I'm saying, guys. We're almost done, Gemini. Okay, I'm going to cleanse the energy. You ready? Let's give it one more shuffle, Gemini, to see what falls out. There you go. Okay, there was stagnated energy, stuck energy. This sense of you had enough, but something that you were working on wasn't coming through. This could also be egotistical energy, the energy of almost overvaluing what you had to offer, or dealing with somebody who's egotistical and overvalued what they had to offer and thought they were entitled. So this could be an energy of entitlement. And now there's this energy of understanding it, comprehending it, seeing it, knowing it, and accepting it. Okay, got that on the table. Now we have trust in divine detours coming up in the future. This sense of you're going to make things are going to shift. Things are going to shift with this new information, this new comprehension. Sweet results await was in reverse, so the work wasn't done, or somebody was getting lazy, and the abundant universe will provide was in reverse. So there was this energy of, it's not that that card is bad in reverse. The card is always really fortunate, but it's almost like you already had what you were going to have. So the two of them together is like somebody just expected that all their work or what they were doing was going to yield and just be done. It was going to yield the results that they wanted, and that's just not true. Now there's messages coming in that make you, that the comprehension, right? The understanding. Maybe that you were dealing with an entitled person, or maybe that you were the entitled person. Whatever it is, there's that understanding and a sense of trust in divine detours. I'm going to have to go in a different direction. I'm going to have to take a hard right or a hard left here. Okay, be ready for it. And then freedom is yours. So almost escaping. This is Aquarius energy. It's almost like freedom at all costs. The reins being let free. And freedom is a risk in and of itself as well. Coyote, horse, they're not the most settled energy, but they're really they're wild. They're wild energy. It's almost like maybe settling into this idea of I may have to take a risk. The risk might be a good thing here. So, Gemini, let's break this down into more that makes sense. There's definitely going to be a curveball here. Definitely going to be a curveball. That there's more to life for you. And that in some ways you need to go after it before it's too late. This sense of maybe I settled, or maybe I expected too much, or something. Let's see how this resolves itself. This is day 7 for Gemini. Let's see how this week resolves itself and what it wants us to comprehend and understand. And then we're going to go through, we're going to start back at day 1. Let's do day 1. Confusion, distraction, predominantly. This is distraction. This is getting lost in crappy things, maybe even drinking too much, allowing yourself to get distracted from odds and ends and bits and pieces and stuff that doesn't have much value in and of itself. Sometimes in the right context, it's having multiple options. But for me, this card always means confusion. And confusion, Gemini, for me always means that you already know it's not right for you, because I can say this with 100% certainty. When you are certain about something, there is no confusion. When you are looking forward and seeing exactly what you want and what really makes you happy, there is no hemming and hawing or not being able to select. So when the 7 of Cups comes out, I always tell everybody, this is already letting you know if you're confused, it's because you don't have the choice in front of you that you want. So you've got to let it all go. You got to stop being distracted by thinking, I got to make a choice out of this bullshit. You don't. Then we have a decision to move forward, to move somewhere, to get away from the BS. And this is the 6 of Swords, figuring it out or clarifying something that was making you confused, because now there's a new offer on the table. And this is one more cup to the 7, which it adds up to 8. And the 8 of Cups says, I'm done with the bullshit, my friends. And then we have Taurus energy, this sense of I don't know, this could even be an offer. Something's finally moving forward, something that was ambiguous and didn't want to settle down. This could be an offer of love, a presentation of a kind offer, something that you can rely on, depend on. Maybe this is Taurus energy, or it's just, it could be marriage. It could be offer of marriage. Like you didn't know it was going to happen, but it finally comes to you. It could be news as simple and beautiful as that. But it was definitely something that you weren't expecting. And then there's a breakthrough of clarity where you finally are able to move forward. Day 2, oh, Gemini, it's always a rush with you. It's always like so much information at once. We have Queen of Swords, and then it's clear what you have to leave behind, or who left you behind, or the strategy then would be that I have to let go of something or ditch somebody, or the strategy, because this would be you. The Queen of Swords upright would be, I'm not afraid to make decisions here or move forward. But then there's a sense of rejection or leaving something behind or being left out in the cold. And this sense of, oh, I don't really want to make a decision then. If I have to leave or I have to be isolated, I don't want to really make a decision. And then we have the Two of Swords, which is, I don't know what to choose, or I don't know what to say. So there's almost this sense of, oh, I understand. You don't know what to choose or say because somebody maybe had ghosted you or hadn't talked to you in a while or had left you feel confused. And even though the offer, whether it's marriage or a job, whatever, is a nice one, there is a sense of, do I fucking trust them? Right? Because it's like all of a sudden they're coming back and they're all sweet and they're all kind and it's all wonderful and it is something that I've wanted. But simultaneously, I don't know what to feel here because I was ditched here. And so you really need to settle in the reality, Gemini. Yeah, this was something you don't feel as comfortable in this moment as you had wanted to. And let that permeate, as much as there's going to be happiness too. Let that permeate. Let yourself be okay with, oh, I thought I'd be happier, because you're not happy for the right reasons. There's a question mark here for the right reasons. You know, maybe you were ditched. Maybe it took too long. Maybe you felt left behind, at a certain point. Even if something comes back, and this is Mercury retrograde, shit comes back, it doesn't mean you have to keep it in your life. A lot of times it just comes back for resolution, or to teach you the lesson, or to let you know why it left to begin with. Okay? So that could be the information coming back. This is day 2. Day 2 is really when the offer comes back that kind of surprises you and makes you feel a little bit weird, right? Like this feels to me like something that you had actually prayed for in the beginning, but then it went and acted a little fucked up. And now that it's come after it's acted fucked up, you're like, tainted. Not sure I trust this. Not sure I want this. And honor yourself. Because I'll tell you right now, if you were a water sign, you'd ignore the warning signs. Don't. Don't. Be logical. And be dualistic. And understand that, yeah, this can be happening simultaneously. This can be happening at the same time. This could also be somebody being hot and cold with you, or you being hot and cold with them. Let's see day 3. The Magician is here. You're working up fears in your own mind. Maybe even working up restrictions. Or there's just that sense of feeling tied up or tied down, or I don't mean in a good way either. Yeah, first we have these two guys right here. It's almost like a toxic spell, right? And then we have fighting hard, fighting against it, taking action. This is also fighting. And then this is a sense of sticking up for your family, sticking up for your real happiness. It's almost like somebody's trying to like tie you up, cast you, like chain you up and work their powers on you. Or just this energy, and you're fighting it. You're being told to resist it. Who the hell is this Magician and Devil? Because they're upright, but it feels like black magic, maybe not literally, but that feeling of whatever somebody's whittling in or working in is not benefic. We have the Three of Pentacles. So this also tells me that there is like teamwork energy behind this, good work, somebody that knows what they're doing. Maybe you've been working very hard at something and been very restricted, and you didn't give up the fight and you kept pushing through. This would say that people are now starting to look and see and respect what you're doing. So if somebody tries to diminish, let me say this to you. If somebody tries to diminish work that you've been doing, they're lying to you. They know what you're worth. And they're coming to you only with the strategy of trying to diminish you in order to devalue you, because they know what you're worth. That's right here on the table. And it's almost like, no, don't fall for somebody's shit. Stick up for yourself. And they're revealing that they appreciate you, but they also kind of want to like rope you in. And so it's almost like, fight that shit and keep your eyes focused on what makes you happy. What about day 4? Heartbreak. Heartbreak. Sometimes we have to let ourselves reach this because we're fighting so hard to struggle for what we want to see that we're thinking, oh, we can make this work out, and we're tricking ourselves, we're fooling ourselves. So when we become heartbroken, the truth hurts, but it's liberating. That's day 4. And then we have a Queen of Wands. I don't know if you're dealing with a fire sign, but there's this energy of it coming out into the open, it being seen for what it is, it being recognized for what it is, or it's a fire sign that broke your heart, or that's breaking your heart right now. This energy of something that's extremely attractive, extremely confident, but they're like a heartbreaker. This is a sense of somebody who's a heartbreaker, somebody who goes in their own direction, somebody who likes to shine and get the attention on themselves and is gorgeous and maybe everything you thought you wanted, but they're a heartbreaker. Okay, so what's day 5? Jeez, Gemini, the shit really hits the fan this week. But I tell you, it's interesting. Day 5. Day 5 is working really, really hard, but being disappointed. 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. This sense of being relentless and doing the work, but being ungratified by the outcome or by the reception of it, or what ended up happening here. Disappointment here. Disappointment with how hard you worked on something. And it is of value, right? But there's just this sense of it didn't happen the way that you wanted it to happen. Things didn't happen the way that you wanted it to happen. What about day 6? So what? Sometimes you just got to say, so what? Because they may not have happened the way I wanted them to happen, but that doesn't mean that what's happening is bad. I mean, truth is wonderful. It hurts, but it's wonderful. Day 6 is the Queen of Cups coming in. This is healing energy. This could represent a nurse. This could also represent a mother. This is unconditional love and healing and connectivity and the energy of just ready to love and ready to open up your heart. And so honestly, I think in some ways there's this energy of acceptance by day 6, of I'm ready to accept the situation for what it is and love it without expectation. But I don't know what's in day 7 to wrap it all up. I want to get a moon card here because I need a little insight into what's shady. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. New moon in Aries. We already have this Aries energy. Gemini. This is the emotional certainty. This is probably anger. This is probably that sense of I'm not holding in my emotions anymore. Somebody's going to know exactly what they're going to know, and I'm not going to give a flying fuck if it hurts them. because I'm tired of being disappointed. And I'm also tired of settling. This is almost the energy of settling. You worked real hard on something, but you're settling. You're settling. Or you did settle, or you realize suddenly, what? I could have gotten that for that? You realize suddenly that you settled. Maybe that you were bamboozled. Somebody fucked you up. And now it's almost like, that's day 3. It's like, oh, these are fighting words. Now that I know you were trying to fuck with me, now I'm going to go after what I really deserve. This sense of, don't try to hold me back. That's kind of what it is. It's like clarity that you didn't really get what you should have. Let's go to the extended. We got to get to day 7 and go over these cards that will clarify what this is all about. The extended link is down below, my friends. It is in the description box. It's also pinned to the top of the comment section. You can also go over to Gemini over on bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. And I will see you guys there. I love you.